Which the year was 1959. It was a year for icons. The first Mini went on sale. The M1 opened, and for music fans, Jukebox Jury aired for the first time on British television.
And one man who's appeared on that show more than once is Sir Cliff Richard, because 1959 was also the year he released his first ever album. Fast forward over half a century, and he's only gone and released his 100th. Don't just take my word for it, though.
Got myself a crying, talking, sleeping, walking, living doll. We're all going on a summer holiday. No more working for a week or two. She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. Children singing Christian rhyme. Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. When all the evidence is saying that you're wrong, something is going on. We're gonna rock out at the ball tonight.
And he's here now.
Welcome.
Lovely to have you here.
Lovely to see you.
So this, you've done 46 studio albums, 7 soundtracks, 35 compilations, 11 live albums. This is the new one, the fabulous rock and roll songbook.
And it's the 100th.
So this is a tribute, really, isn't it?
Well, it is in a way. I mean, when I went into the studio in April, I had no idea this was my 100th album. You know, you don't count what you've done. But somebody from the office rang me and said, I think it's the 100th. I said, well, before I start showing off, you better find out if it's true. And it was. As you say, it's a different kind of compilations, soundtracks from my movies, soundtrack from the stage shows I did, live gigs I've recorded, compilations and the studios. So it does add up, and it came at 200.
Well, it's a bit...
I'm celebrating this weekend.
Oh, well done.
Well, because it's a coincidence, but I'm releasing not allowed to call it a champagne, it's a champagnoise style of champagne and calling it congratulations. So we're using it as a congratulatory weekend, because I never thought, you know, that after all this time I would be number 7 in the charts.
Oh, that's incredible.
You feel good?
I feel great, but it's one of those things you don't expect. I sort of thought, well, maybe if I get into the lower part of charts, that's enough. But to actually be in the top 10 with my 100 album, it's beyond all my dreams.
No, that is incredible. Well done.
Thank
What an
you.
achievement.
You can say congratulations.
Congratulations, of course.
And celebrations.
Yep.
I want the world to know how happy.
Just to speak about the album again, it's a bit of a nod to sort of those rock and roll greats that really inspired you.
Yeah, I bought every song that's on there. Was the easy one to choose. I owned all those singles. I bought Little Richard and Everly Brothers and Ricky Nelson and Elvis, of course, and Buddy Holly. And so, I don't know if you've heard the album. If you hear it,
We've heard bits of it.
I'm sure that you'll see and hear that I am very much in my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Vocally, it was so easy to do this one. It was right there, and although I didn't know all the lyrics, I had the lyrics in front of me. I knew the song so well, it made me feel free to mess around with it. We changed some introductions just to give it a little bit of new life, but still, on my little line of notes, I said this is not in competition with the iconic originals.
Yeah.
It's just a tribute to rock and roll and its long-lasting influence.
You recorded it in Nashville, sort of home of country music. So how much rock and roll is there in Nashville?
Loads. The best rock and roll is done by country artists now. The country stuff that really rocks now. And also Nashville seems to have become a hub for music. A lot of people when I was there told me they'd moved from LA to Nashville. And it's so funny, every restaurant, even the driver when I got driven to the place, he said, I'm singing. Oh, recording? He said, oh, I'm a bass player. And
Everyone's in the industry in some way.
They're all, the waitresses, the waiters, they're all going to be guitarists or be singers or be writers or all of those things.
Yeah.
And they're just waiting for that moment. So there's a fantastic musical excitement there, always.
Can I ask you about, because you were influenced by Elvis, I mean, so exciting. You said that when that first started, that was so exciting. Not everybody, I mean, your parents were hugely supportive, and I think your father bought you your first guitar, but not everyone was quite as enthusiastic. People were shocked by what he was doing, weren't they? They were
Yes.
outraged, yeah.
Well, yeah, except that, when you look back on things, you wonder why they were shocked. People, I think the media are to blame for a lot of that because they wanted to have that. And then again, when you watch him, they talk about his hip shaking. He did a couple of movements which I've tried to copy and couldn't. They never showed enough of his legs when they were shown. He did some great steps and things, and it was just new and different.
So in that way, using that argument, with the outrage of Miley Cyrus, isn't that just new and different, and in the future we'll go, oh...
Yeah, she's dealing with another whole thing. She's dealing with growing up as well. My sister's told me that the toughest part of bringing children through is the teenage years. And there she is, 19, heading out of it, been this child star for so long. She looks good, she dances, she sings well. And, one just hopes that she'll get through that period. We've all been through that, where you grow up. And I'm sure she'll be fine.
Do you think that the sort of music industry has changed? I mean, from, there's not many 100th album, you sort of think about that, but have you seen the change within it?
Yeah, you've seen it and you feel it too. I think the biggest change, the most disastrous change, is that you don't have the people supporting you the way you did. It's much more of a business now. So that, many times, some of these things that come out like X Factors, they're all, even the losers are good. They come through, they have a number one. If their next record is a number 2 or 3, it's considered a failure, and sometimes they've not even been re-signed.
Yeah.
Whereas we only had a number 2 to start with, and the next, it was a drop down. 5 was the next one, 7, then 9, and then Living Doll. And in the meantime, they're saying, don't panic, we'll find you the right song. So we had a support system that we weren't even aware of, but it's because it's gone that you're aware that it's no longer there. And
So
a
you
lot of
had
these young
time.
people, when you hear their voices, I'm sure you'll agree, there's no reason why they shouldn't be singing 50 years from now.
Yeah.
They're really good.
We're going to listen to you do that very thing now. Would you like to go over there and get ready, sir?
I would.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's always
Thank you
always a
very
pleasure.
much.
Thank you very much
Lovely
indeed.
to see you.
Thank you.
I think I'm going to enjoy this.
Away you go. This
go.
that's it. Thank you. This is what we're talking about here. There's the album and the fabulous rock and roll songbook from Cliff
And
Richard
also, there's the DVD to go with it that was filmed at the Opera House.
in Sydney.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Right, on tomorrow's show, Ashley is back with more jungle gossip, and Gino kidnaps another superfan for a kitchen masterclass. Plus, star of The Last Tango in Halifax, Anne Reid, is here too.
But now he's notched up his 100th album, as we've just shown you. I doubt he'll be stopping there, singing the rock and roll inspired Rip It Up. It is Sir Cliff Richard.
Saturday night and I just got paid. Food by the money, don't try to save. My heart says go, go. Half time goes Saturday night, baby, I feel fine. I'm gonna rock it out. We're gonna rev it up. We're gonna shake it up. We're gonna haul it up. We're gonna rock it up. At the ball tonight. Come on, baby. Shag's going down to Clyde Union Hall. When the truck stops jumping, I'll have a ball. Gonna rock it out. We're gonna rev it up. We're gonna shake it up. We're gonna ball it up. We're gonna rock it up. And for tonight. We're going about 10, I'm flying high, walking on out on a groovy sky.